Every day in the USA, people find themselves in court.
Bruce, what are you doing on yours?
Judge, we're just asking for a bond on a motion.
Yeah, let's get it. Just get up here. Okay. Who is this?
Mr.
Frederick Green? 234651 is called. You were Frederick Green. You were charged with, well, there's motion to revoke probation that's been filed. You are on 10 years deferred or unadjudicated probation for assault, family violence by choking. Looking here, it looks like you have in the indictment, you also have a prior third-degree felony conviction out of the court next door in 2009 for illegal possession of controlled substance. So you have a felony conviction, which means you can't get regular probation from a jury. And then we place you on deferred or unadjudicated probation October of 22. And here you're charged with oh boy, this was on 3 in the morning here when you had a curfew on my watch that I guess was 10 p.m. The vehicle stopped in the middle of Highway 73 at 3 in the morning. And there you are showing all the signs of intoxication on my watch. They tried to place you in the police car. You pushed police, began walking toward the major intersection on Highway 73. They had to restrain you and gave you commands that you refused to follow. Finally, you were arrested. And then we've got resisting arrest charge, intoxication, alleged, and being at a location other than your residence in the middle of the night, and then two other violations of administrative nature. All right. Go ahead.
Your Honor, just a couple of things. My client did voluntarily turn himself in.
Not on that night.
Last night.
No, not on that night.
No,
on September, according to this allegation, not on September 15th, he didn't.
No, Your Honor, they just arrested him for resisting arrest and he got out.
He's intoxicated. It's 3 in the morning and he's standing in the middle of the highway. Yeah. I mean, that's how many mistakes can somebody make and not get killed and run over by the. He's been on probation since going on 2 years.
Yes, Your Honor.
2 years.
The motion to the warrant for the arrest on motion broke went out on November the 25th.
I understand.
And he turned himself in. At the same time, on the same date that he was placed on probation on this case, he was also placed on probation for DWI, which he has successfully completed. He completed that in 2023. He tells me that he has completed all his classes for the probation here. He is behind on community service. He's passed all drug tests, he tells me.
That's a pleasant change.
Yes, Your Honor. He does work at the port. He's lived here his entire life. And so there's no fear that he would not show up in court. In order to do so, plus he lives with, he has his family that lives with him there in Port Arthur. We're asking the court to set as a reasonable bond, as low bond as possible, so that he can go back to work while we're finishing investigation, the resisting arrest and everything else, and have an opportunity to visit with the state.
All right. Okay. Yeah, Simon.
Judge, obviously, we took a risk with this gentleman, putting him on probation in the first place. Because of the conviction that he had, that Your Honor's already
Which
commented on.
conviction would that be?
I'm
because
referencing the
I'm-
one that's in the indictment.
Because I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 convictions that I'm looking at in the public safety report.
We have the PSI we've given Your Honor.
You know what your life is. Don't act like I can't believe it's not butter. It's you know what your arrests are and your convictions. You got a DWI conviction in 2020, DWI conviction in 2016, possession of drugs in 2009, possession of marijuana. These are all convictions in 2008, possession, probation revocation in 2004 for delivery, manufacture or delivery of a controlled substance. Criminal trespass in 2003 and evading arrest and detention in 2003. Those were all convictions. Most of those are misdemeanors. They're all, well, not all of them. There's a third-degree felony in 2009. I have to tell you what your criminal history is? No, you know, don't act like, oh, it's not true. There it is. It's in the records. Your life history, just like mine is. It's there to be found. And then here you are, placed on probation on my watch here on assault, family violence, which was a terrible case. And then it's alleging resisting arrest. And once again, something you've been convicted for before, intoxication, something that you have been dealt with before. And they're at 3 a.m. Good luck.
Judge, that's what my concern is, that he may have finished out that DWI probation, but he's right back to similar conduct and violating your curfew.
I can't trust him. He's out and about at 3 a.m. in the middle of the highway. And the only way we can ensure your safety and also ensure that you're going to follow the rules is to have you in custody. And that's where we're heading. Anything else you want to add?
Well, Your Honor, my client is perfectly willing to wear GPS monitor, perfectly willing to wear a drug patch.
He was ordered to be in the house. And at 3 a.m, he's drunk in the middle of the highway.
He is planning on, when he gets out, to go to some type of rehabilitation.
You think? He's only been dealing with drugs since, when did that come across? You've only been, let's see, since for 20 years you've had problems.
And
Now,
he tested positive while this case was pending back on August
I
11th,
guess that's why.
resulted in you giving him a drug patch. That positive test was for cocaine.
I think the primary problem is alcohol.
I see a bunch of drug convictions.
In the past, yes, that's correct.
Well, it doesn't matter what it is. It's illegal. Anything else?
Not from the
What are you
state
asking
judge.
for? A bond, right? That's what
Yeah,
we're
we're
here for, a
asking
bond.
for.
$500,000.
Yes.
He's 500,000.
Yes,
You
sir.
think it's funny? You don't need to say a thing, sir. You think 8 arrests is not enough for somebody to find, and then you're standing in the middle of the highway on my watch, on my probation? You don't think You think it's somebody else's fault? Hey, you're a danger to yourself, but to others too. But it's yourself. You're supposed to be on the highway 3 a.m. drunk, standing around on Highway 73. My goodness. With your rich criminal history. What do you want to do next? I guess a motion to revoke probation hearing. When can you be ready for that?
Just got the information on the resisting.
Can we do it in 3 weeks?
Looking all that, so, yeah.
Set for in 3 weeks.
All right.
You've been given that to.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I can do 2.
Can you do it in 2?
sir.
Can you do it in 2? Because we're gonna be dark. She says
Christmas.
3 weeks, we're gonna be dark.
Oh, I'm doing too.
All right. Put it at the end of that week after next.